stuck in my head.
Which one?
Welcome!
Hello!
What is this? This is April. Welcome to our March Live.
What month are we in? We don't know. We're just here.
I'm going to tell you right now, y'all are in for a ride today because both of us are a little bit woo.
Yeah.
It happens.
Also, I can't see if people show up, so you'll have to say hi, so-and-so, so that I can say hi, so-and-so, when they come.
Oops, sorry. I had the volume on my
Because
I
forgot to get my YouTube up on my phone, so.
Okay. Well, I have it. Catherine's here.
Hi, Catherine. I can't see you, but you're here.
Yes. I know Catherine's here, and then I think Valerie said she was coming. I don't know if she's here or not, but we have a couple people on their way, and it usually takes a few seconds to roll in anyway. We hope you are well, Catherine. It's good to see you.
Oh, excuse me. Good to see you.
I'm super excited. Where are my books? There. So, leading up to this call, part of why we're a little bit zzz is because we've been working on our bingo cards. Yours look way better than mine do.
Girl, you haven't showed me yours yet. That was. Hi, Heather.
Heather's here. Yay. Anyway, so we realized that we've both read 30 books or something ridiculous. What has it been? I'm gonna look. This is why we have a tracker sheet. Make sure you get your tracker sheet. Free tool, super awesome. 26 books is what it says that I'm at.
Oh, I'm at 20. So you're beating me.
That's weird.
Well, it's because January and February were both really slow months for me. I was in a slump. And I couldn't get into it.
For me,
but I broke the slump, man. I'm out of it. I'm back to reading. It's been a good day.
I've got a manuscript to edit this month, so I feel like April's going to be a slower month for me, just because editing months historically have been. So
that's fair. Give me time to catch up to your 26.
Girl, you know by the end of the year, you're going to be, okay, this is the third year we've done this. Until we started doing these challenges. So for context, a little bit of backstory, in case y'all don't know, I have been tracking the books that I have read since 2012. And I made a goal to each year read 50 minimum. I didn't care if I read more than that. I just wanted to make sure I read 50 books a year. And praise the Lord, I have been able to do it even through college since then. And so a couple years ago, I was like, we should do a reading challenge together. That would be really fun. And Kelsey's like, I wish I read more. And I don't really know how much I read because I don't track it. And then the first year, she reads over 100 freaking books. And the second year, she's like, I'm going to read more than I did last year. And then this year, she's on track to do the same thing. So
I'm not on track to do the same thing, though.
Oh, you will. You're reading 18 books right now. How many books are you reading right now? Dare I ask?
I don't know.
You don't
I do know. I do know. Hold on. It's all in my tracker. I don't think you want to know.
I bet it's 18 or more. I just know it in the depths of my soul.
It's 20.
Oh, okay. See? It's what's going to happen is she's going to finish those 20 books and then jump 20 books ahead, whereas I'm the tortoise in this relationship where I'm just slow and steady, one book at a time. Sometimes.
But normally slow and steady wins the race, not loses the race.
It's true. And it's not really a race.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not a competition. We're not comparing.
We're just both competitive. It's fine. But what I actually love is that not only are we, y'all know we best buddies, which is why we doing this. And we're a little bit different in some areas. She zip, zoom, zooms through the audiobooks. And I usually zip, zoom through the print books. I haven't been lately. I've been in a little bit of a slump. Part of that is that I've read consecutively 3 or 4 books that are just meh. And so I'm kind of bored of it. But I love that we have that difference. But also I think it's a really good example for the challengers that are it doesn't matter what your goal is. Cassie's goal is over 100 books. My goal, I think this year is 65. I'm probably going to exceed that, but we don't know. Yeah. But it's not about what goal you set. If you set 12 books, if you set 5 books, if you set 150 books, or I've met people that have done 365 books, and I think they're insane. But the point is, the whole heart behind this challenge is for you to set your goal and to meet your goals, whatever those are. So it's less about the goal and it's more about having community as you work towards your goal on purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Love it. And in doing that, we over here we got all these books that we read and no bingos yet because we just reading.
I know, we're not even paying. First 2 months, I wasn't paying attention. I was in a slump. So I was sorry, my dog needs me to throw a toy. I just need to read books. I don't care where they go. And now I'm okay, but I need a bingo.
I want a bingo.
I need a bingo. So what do I need to read to get the bingo?
Catherine says she's read 8 books, 4,000 pages. That's amazing.
Wow. That is still awesome, friend.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it. Aren't you in the middle of, sorry, switching gears again. Aren't you in the middle of The Count of Monte Cristo?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge book. That's very long.
Yeah, it's 50 hours of audiobook time.
Yeah. See, you're also reading big books. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, you're going to die, but there's a book that I really wanted to finish in March. And so on March 31st, I was listening to it at 3 times speed in order to finish it in time so I could go to bed.
I understand how you understand and comprehend what you see. I don't just want to get through as fast as I can. I want to know what they said.
Oh, I know what they said. That was the one that was breaking my heart. I was dying, and I knew it was going to end that way. Not exactly in that
one.
Yes, it was.
Okay, I have a slight tangent to go on that, but first, Heather says Sarah Ella's new book is a retelling. Yes, it's a Cinderella Monte Cristo crossover, and if y'all haven't seen it, the title has been revealed, but the cover is being revealed soon.
I think in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
the 27th or something.
Sometime this month. But her applications are open for the street team. So if you're interested in that, make sure you're signed up for her newsletter because that's supposed to go out very soon.
It already did.
Duh. It already did. Sorry, I knew that. That's why I paused for a second. I was I'm sitting here thinking, is that in the inbox right now? I think it's in the inbox right now.
It already did. It came out on the 1st. That's not an April Fool's joke. It legitimately came out on the 1st.
I love it. The cover is coming soon, and the title looks like it's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited.
I'm excited.
I also love Cinderella and was recently introduced to the Monte Cristo story, so I'm hyped.
Yeah, I'm also reading another retelling of Monte Cristo, so it's really interesting that I'm reading the real Monte Cristo and a retelling.
The Aaron Phillips one?
Mm-hmm.
How are you liking that?
I'm enjoying it so far, but I'm not reading it fast enough to really get into it, so I need to spend more time reading it. But there's no audiobook version.
I have noticed you do that when you you read so many books that when you put some of them down, then you lose momentum and you don't like the book as well when you do that.
Yes, but it's this one's an ebook, and that's the problem. If it was a physical book, that would be different. But ebooks are hard to read because the only reading time I have is at night, and I don't want to be staring at my screen right before bed.
Right.
So it's this weird conundrum. But she's been sending out the books early to people that pre-purchased, and I did pre-purchase. So I'm can you hurry up and send me the physical book so I can read that instead?
I love it. Okay, so a slight tangent about Hunger Games. I've been thinking about rereading Hunger Games.
Yeah.
We're not going to spoil anything for anybody who's lived under a rock and not because I was that person at one time.
That's fair.
But I will say I haven't read Songbirds and Snakes and Sunrise and Reaping. Is anyone? It just came out. So I've only read the trilogy. And I got very upset at the end of the trilogy for a very particular reason, which shall not be named. And so I never read after that. I was just I don't want to. I've heard that Songbirds and Snakes is worth reading, so I might read it. But I'm also I kind of lost the hype. And at the end of Mockingjay, I'm still mad.
Are you mad about the certain boom thing that happens? Yeah. Are you mad about the epilogue where she ends up with a person that
both, but in particular the former, not the latter.
Okay. You're like my very big.
Yeah. So Catherine says, was it the love triangle? I don't love love triangles, but I do think Hunger Games is one of the only examples that does it well. Regardless of what my ship is, I think she pulled it off from a writing perspective. It's like she did it well, I think. But the ship made me mad, but also the end before the epilogue made me mad, and I have reasons. It's fine.
That's fair.
But recently, in my scrolling on Instagram, I have come across a teacher of middle schoolers who is reading through Catching Fire with her middle schoolers. And it's been so fascinating to see the way the kids are engaging with this book and the things that the teacher has pulled out of the book, and the way that she is like leading them through the discussion is really well done. But it's been super fun. Recently, I've been seeing her videos, and she's like going through Sunrise, and I have like skipped her Sunrise videos because I haven't read the book, and she very kindly puts spoilers like in text on the screen, which is nice. But it's just been really fascinating, and I think seeing the way that the kids have gotten so excited. And for those of you who don't know, I was a high school teacher for a couple of years, and I've worked with middle school and elementary schools as well. So seeing these, and she doesn't put the kids on the screen, but you can hear their theories because she's asking them questions and they're engaging with the content. And so hearing the way these 12 to 14-year-olds are engaging with this story has made me excited again for it. So I've been wondering if maybe, because I really did like the first two books. I have problems with the third book, but the first two I thought were really well done. So I've been thinking maybe it's worth a reread so that I can go ahead and read the prequels, just because.
You should, and especially the Sunrise on the Reaping. I like that one better than the Ballad of Songbirds and
I feel like that's what a lot of people are saying, is they like that one better. But isn't that Haymitch's story?
It is.
Okay, we like Haymitch better than Snow, so shocking.
I know, but even though it broke me, I enjoyed that one.
Someone's posted an April Fool's joke saying the next book would be an Effie Trinket book.
I saw that. That was funny. I would love it.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Anyways, Catherine, I will text you later, or you can text me. I don't want to spoil it for any poor souls that haven't read it, but I don't know exactly what tragedy element you're thinking of, because there were multiple at the end of that book that made me mad.
That's true. There were a lot.
Okay, let's go ahead and go through your books, because you read 9 books, right?
Yes. I read 9 books.
I read 9 books, which is so fun because we usually go up and down, but we read the same amount this month. But we can only talk about 8 of them, so that's there.
I accidentally deleted one of my books on here at the titles. I don't know how I did that.
Don't do that, friend.
I know. Okay, I got it back.
You want me to go first, or are you ready?
Nope, I'm ready.
Okay.
Let me grab the books. Okay.
Yes, I'm happy to talk about it, Catherine. I just don't want to do it and somebody comes across this video and they're like, what? Because it'll be just our luck. Some 12-year-old who's reading the series for the first time will stumble across our video and be like, oh, this is how it ends?
Yeah.
Not well, guys. Not well.
Okay. We ready?
Yes.
Okay. I can only talk about 8 of the books.
Which happens for me all the time. So
yeah, not really a shocker. But for me, yeah, there's one book we won't be talking about. But the first book I read is Atomic Habits.
I read that one last month. It was good. Enjoyed it.
It was a very good one. And then I read Ember Gold, which I was on the street team for. And it's just
that cover. Isn't that cover so pretty?
Such a pretty cover. Also, y'all.
You never told me what you thought of the end of that.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it.
Did we? Okay, maybe we did.
So, Ember Gold is really beautiful.
It's a Beauty and the Beast inspired kind of vibe.
Yes.
With dragons.
Yes, with dragons. And then so the previous month I read this book, but I don't own the second one. So last month I read the second one. So
that one.
The first one is called We Hunt the Flame. The second one is called We Free the Stars.
So, I like that title.
I know. It does have content in it, though. Both of these have content in it. It gets a little stimmy, just FYI.
Yep.
And then I read Breath of Bones, which I adored.
I think I'm gonna read that. So I'm torn between reading that one next and reading Immortal Abyss next.
Okay.
I don't know which one I should read next.
I would say Immortal Abyss so you can finish the series, but also this is so good. It was. Well, I mean, they're both so good.
Soon, so
yeah, and they're both so good though. So it's hard to like choose. But since I read this one more recently, this is the one that I was more excited about right now.
Oh, I love it.
So there's that one. And then I don't have the next book, but it's The Scourge by Jennifer A. Nielsen. You know me and my Jennifer Nielsen. Yes. And then I also don't have this book with me. It's at my mom's house, but the second book in the Kingdom Keeper series. So this is the 7th. I read the 2nd.
Was one of your goals this year to finish all of them?
It's been a goal since we started the challenge.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But I recently discovered the Hoopla library has the audiobooks.
Oh, she got to crush it.
So I'm about to actually crush this goal, and I'm freaking excited for that. So
love it.
There's that one. And then I read The Popcorn Shop, which is a children's book. It is my favorite children's book ever. I adore this book. It's my favorite, obviously. I love popcorn. If you don't know, popcorn is where it's at. So we started the love of popcorn very young and reading. Just combine them all together. And then, of course, I read The Sunrise on the Reaping, which I don't own, but.
And that one did end up being a March read.
It did. I finished it just in time.
Good. Okay. All right. Is that all of them?
That is all of them.
Dare I ask, what was your favorite of the month?
Oh, I should also preface by saying that The Sunrise on the Reaping does have a lot of violence, as we know, but it also had a lot of curse words in it that I was a little surprised about. Okay. So just a warning on that one.
Yeah.
My favorite nonfiction is the only nonfiction I read, Atomic Habits. My favorite fiction, either Sunrise on the Reaping or Breath of Bones.
Okay. What do you think your favorite for the year might be?
Oh, shoot. I forgot. What have I read this year?
Literally every single month that we ask this question, both of us are like, wait, what? It's like we've never realized this question was coming, and we've literally been asking this every month for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Catherine says, I've been meaning to read Atomic Habits at some point. It was really good.
It was.
I
would recommend it. I would say my favorite for the year would have to be either Emmeline Dulaine. So it's The Unraveling of Emmeline Dulaine. That's still a favorite. Andromache, which does have content, but also a favorite. Or Breath of Bones.
Ooh, okay. I love that it's like up there.
It is up there. This one was so good. But I love history.
Yeah.
And fantasy, which this is steampunk. So not exactly fantasy, but it's
like historical fantasy with steampunk vibes.
Yeah. So it was like everything you could ever want in one book.
I'm so excited.
And now I'm sad I'm not on the street team for book 2.
I bet you could still get in.
You think so?
If you talk to her, yeah.
I just don't know if I need to add that to my plate. You know what I mean? Or just wait till the audiobook comes out and just listen to the audiobook.
When does it come out?
I have no idea.
I think it's soon. In the next
I'm trying to save because I'm on Aaron Phillips' street team. And so I need to read that one. And then I want to be on Sarah Ella's street team to read hers. And I don't really want to take join too many other ones because there's so many other physical books I want to read that I can't get to because I'm on these street teams.
You're on ARCs, yeah. That's hard.
So yeah, so I'm trying not to join too many. So as much as I would love to support her, I'm pretty sure I'm doing the cover reveal because I'm on the street team for Enclave. So I'm pretty sure I'm doing that anyways.
The cover has already come out.
Oh, never mind. I'm not on the cover reveal.
Girl, it's been out.
I forgot.
Oh, you're funny. It's
I
like
forgot.
Flight of something. I don't remember the title.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I can't keep up.
Teal color. The second cover looks amazing.
There's like 3 cover reveals every month with Enclave, and like 3 releases every month with Enclave. And I'm on the street team, so I have to post about every single one of them. I can't keep up.
You're doing great, friend. You're doing great.
Thank you. I'm trying.
What was
also they did give me this book I'm super excited about, and you would be really excited to read it too. It's in an ebook, but
are you allowed to say what it is?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
You're gonna be really excited about it, but I don't know what it is.
Hold on, let me get my e-reader here. It's such a good place for it up there, where I'm gonna look at it every day.
Yeah.
Actually, I do look at it every day. So I did get War Safe, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. Illuminary.
Ooh, that one looked good. Yes, I've seen the cover for that everywhere.
Yeah, I think you would really like it. I can't remember why.
Standalone, or is it part of a series?
I think it's part of a series. It says book 1.
Okay.
Right there.
Yep. Oh, I love it.
But if you go and read the synopsis, it's like a retelling of something. I can't remember. I don't know why I cannot remember literally anything, but I was like, that's a Coralie book.
All right. I'm going to go read it. While I do that, tell us what was something that was challenging or difficult, and what was something that was surprising or delightful.
Challenging or difficult? Well, the book I can't talk about was challenging.
Okay, but we need a different challenge. Something we can talk about. Or I guess we could vaguely say, so the book that we are choosing not to talk about, so normally there are books I'm not allowed to talk about because of work. This book we are both collectively choosing not to talk about because we read it and we were like, this is it was not that it was
special in a not good way.
It was not that it was poorly written. It's a book that we think may actually cause harm to readers, and so we don't want to talk about it. Mm-hmm. So it was challenging because we were both very excited to read it, and we buddy read it, and we got to the end and we're like, we probably shouldn't have read that. So yeah. I think that's fair. That is probably, I would agree with you. For me, that was probably the most challenging thing of the month, was that for years I have been looking forward to reading that book. And it was a fairy tale retelling, and y'all know how I feel about my fairy tale retellings. But it got into stuff that we didn't want to get into. So that's fine. We just don't want to trash talk books publicly. Yeah. So we're not going to talk about it. But we're going to name what it is. But I do feel like that's probably, there isn't really a greater challenge than that. This one.
I was like, I don't know that there was any challenges. I mean, yeah.
That's unfortunate.
And then I think the thing that was surprising, it was not delightful, but it was surprising, was for Sunrise on the Reaping, I cried at the end. I have not cried reading a book in a long time, if ever. I don't even know what book I cried last reading. So, I don't know. But I cried. And it's so dumb because I knew how it would end. I knew how it would end. I knew it. Maybe not in that, specific way, right? But, it's the Hunger Games, okay?
Right. And it's Hamish's story, which we could automatically be like, Hamish's story.
He went through stuff, you know what I mean? So I knew, and I still was like, I texted Coralie, I was like, she's breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart, and I cried.
So I pulled up Illuminary. I'm trying to see if it says what it's a retelling of, but I don't know that the synopsis says. So he dreams of becoming an illuminator in a country that values art above all else, a lofty goal that finally seems within reach when she earns a position at the prestigious Academy of the Seven Arts. Although Yosare loathes to leave behind her quiet country life, she travels to the capital, determined to live up to her mother's fame as one of Indel's greatest artists. Xander never planned to become king. He never wanted to become king. But when his father died suddenly, he's thrust in the middle of coronation and assassination attempts when everyone around him is increasing.
Okay, it's inspired by a little princess.
Told you! See that? I don't. That's not what the synopsis says.
On the Post-it Enclave.
I freaking love A Little Princess.
I know. I could not remember what it was, but that's what made me go, oh, Coralie would enjoy this.
That would do it.
Clearly, look at Coralie's reaction. Tell me I'm not wrong.
Oh, okay.
Or tell me I'm not right. I don't know. What is that? How does that go?
Tell me I'm wrong.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Okay, I'm adding that one to my Goodreads list. I was like, this sounds cool, but I don't know what retelling it is.
Yeah, maybe it's not retelling, inspired by it. I don't know. But either way, A Little Princess was the thing, and so I was like, Coralie needs this.
We know
so,
I want Princess.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also,
it's actually Little Princess is on our classics card, I think.
It is. I'm pretty sure. I got all my bingo cards right here.
Secret
Classic.
Garden. Oh, maybe it's not A Little Princess. Maybe it's Secret Garden. That sucks because I actually really want to read that.
Hey, friend, you can put on the free space.
That's what I'm gonna do. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I watched there are two different movies. There's a Shirley Temple one. She does fine. Shirley Temple's cute. I like Shirley Temple's original stuff better. But the other Little Princess, which I think was made in the 90s, I was obsessed with that as a child. Obsessed. I adore that movie. And so I really want to read the book. And I've been looking for like a nice edition of the book. I found like a secondhand copy that's kind of janky and it'll be fine to read. But like I kind of I've been in the mood of the gathering like nicer editions of classics specifically. And so that one's on my list that I'm looking for a nice edition for. And I've never actually read the book. So there's actually a lot of classics that I've not read, which is part of why I wanted to do the classics bingo card.
Also, I need to share this because I'm like 2 books away from making a bingo in like a bunch of different directions.
Also, shout out to Andrea, who's the one who gave us the idea for the little sticky notes.
Yes,
cards. Like, girl,
that's been so helpful because I keep moving them and like there's one sticking right here because I don't know where to put it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. That was very helpful.
Yeah. So I almost have a bingo. I just need 2 more books.
I think I almost have a couple of bingos, but I also like. I've been reading like across many cards instead of focusing on bingos.
Same.
But if you get bingos, then you get prizes. So not that we get prizes, we're just doing this for fun, but
we don't get the prizes.
We're creating the prizes.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, at some point we're hoping to in the spring start working on the short story. So
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go through my books real quick, and then we need to briefly talk about the Zoom, and I think that's it. I think that's our only announcement, but we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Okay. I also read 9 books, can only talk about 8 of them. And I only have 3 of them here to show you. Because it just turned out really funny that way, actually, this month. So the first one I read was Melanie Dickerson's The Warrior Maiden. Yes, Warrior Maiden. I keep thinking of Morgan Bussey.
Winter's Maiden.
And
I know, that's what I thought you said too, and I was like,
it's really
wait. Oh, different book. Yeah. Okay.
So not to be confused with Winter's Maiden, which was excellent by Morgan Bussey, and her sequel is coming out. Does it come out this year? I think it comes out this year.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure it comes out this
I'm
year.
very excited for that one, but this was Melanie Dickerson in her Hagenheim series. It was a Mulan retelling. I don't have it to show you, but imagine a girl with a sword in a red dress. Mulan.
Okay.
Good. Actually, it was better than I thought it would be, so I was very excited for that. And then I read Gideon's Trumpet, which is a book I never would have picked up on my own, but someone at my church recommended it. It was a book about a Supreme Court case that is the reason that every man is entitled to counsel now, and like public defenders and stuff like that. So it was really cool to read. It was a very interesting story, and not something I would have chosen to pick up. So it was really cool to like I feel like that book is like squarely why we created this challenge. It's to stretch outside of what your comfort zone is, stretch outside of what's normal for you, and have a little bit of variety. So it was really fun to read, and I'm really glad that he recommended it and loaned me his copy. And then Please Return to the Lands of Luxury is a middle grade book by an author that I just found recently that was really cute. It was like, I didn't know what to expect because it was indie published, and there are some really great indie published books out there, and then there's some really not great ones published out there. And I feel like you never know what you're going to get. But I really enjoyed this one. So if you like middle grade at all, it was really cute and adventurous and fun and heartfelt. And it was like, it hit all the boxes for me. I really enjoyed it. And the second one just came out, so I'm really looking forward to reading that one, hopefully soon. Okay, and then Lumen, which Cassie does have. She can show you. Ooh, it's so pretty.
Also, they have
the inside. Oh, I love it. I cannot wait to get my copy. Yeah, so I only own Color. I don't have Lumen or Memoria, but I will remedy that soon, guys. As soon as my wallet allows me to.
They're both pretty. Memoria is pretty too.
And the new one is pretty.
That is the new one. Oh, the other one. Yes.
The new one. Okay.
I forgot about that one. I need to order that one.
I know, me too.
I need more money.
I'm in the middle of Memoria right now, and I'm like, I messaged her on Instagram. I was like, girl, I'm gonna need Caligo. I'm not ready for this to end. Okay, and then the 7-minute morning journal. This one is like, it's hard to see in this lighting. It's part devotional, part guided journaling. So the devotionals I really enjoyed in this one. And then I finished a Bible study on Esther by Kelly Minter, not Mentor. Sorry.
I was gonna say what?
Minter.
We are in rare form today, y'all. We are having a day.
That rare French.
But I feel like it's a little extra today.
We are a little extra today.
Yeah.
Okay. What did Heather say? I'm almost done with Winter White. Okay, Heather said she was reading Winter White and Wicked.
I know. I can't wait for you to tell us that you finished it so I can talk about it with you. Coralie can't because she hasn't read it yet. She won't read it.
Also reading a book that her friend published. Catherine said she just finished making more printable versions of the cards. Yes. I did mine in black and white too because I don't have a color printer. And yes, the sticky note thing, lifesaver. Because I was like writing them on there and erasing them and leaving the erasing marks on there. I was like, this looks ugly.
I had to reprint mine because I like highlighted mine in purple. And I was like, but wait, what if I want to move these? So once I nail them down, then you be like, this is the bingo, then I will color them in purple and whatever I want to do.
Right. Okay, two more. Sorry. I was like, I can't talk about that one. The Incredible Journey, which is the book that inspired multiple film editions of Homeward Bound. Another movie that I grew up with, and like I rewatched it, I think last month. I was dog sitting, and the home that I was dog sitting for had Disney Plus, and I was like, I feel like I need to rewatch Homeward Bound because I haven't watched it in years. I kid you not, the moment that the film started and showed the title screen and the music played, I was already like, I'm not okay. And like ready to blubber. Like something nostalgic hit hard when that music started. Music will do that to you. But I, as a child who was obsessed with the film, didn't know that it was based on a book. And I recently found out that it was based on a book and was like, well, that's a problem that I haven't read that. Hello. So I found it at the library pretty easily because it's a classic. It's a children's classic. And read the book. And it was fun. Listened to the book. Whatever. Same difference. And then the last one was a reread of another childhood favorite, The Boxcar Children. I read the first one, and I have a hankering to just go through the series and read more of them. So those were my 8 for March.
I feel like I'm on the verge of sneezing. So if I'm making weird faces, that's why.
Don't sneeze or do sneeze.
I'm trying.
I woke up sneezing. I don't know if you've ever done that, but like I literally woke up sneezing like 3 times. And I'm one of those people that sneezes multiple times. Like there's some people that every time they sneeze, they have to do it like 3 times or whatever. I just sneeze and I'm fine. Now, I have had fits where I can't stop sneezing. That's different. This morning, I just like 3 times is bad.
Oh, I've been sneezing like 8 times in a row to the point where I'm like, I can't breathe.
'Tis the season.
Yeah, allergies, man.
I'll give you one guess what my monthly favorite was.
Wait, I forgot all the books you just read. Was it the fairy tale one? I don't know. Go for it.
There's Warrior's Maiden, Gideon's Trumpet, Please Return to the Land of Luxury, Lumen.
It's Lumen, isn't it?
It's Lumen.
Hey.
Yes.
I was starting to say that, then you were like giving me a face. I was like, it's a fairy tale one?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the fairy tale we decided we weren't going to talk about. I was like, no.
Oh!
Ryan, what are you talking about? No.
I was talking about
Lumen was my favorite for the month. I feel a little bit bad that I've been tagging JJ Fisher so much because I've been devouring her books, but also like they've been my favorite for the last 3 months. So
they're good books.
It's fine. So Lumen was my favorite. I don't know about a yearly favorite. I feel like I would need to look at like what I decided possibly. I don't know. Emmeline is in the running, and then Calor would be in the running. And I think it's interesting because you said you liked Calor better than Lumen, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have liked Lumen better than Calor.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. But obviously whoever, like whatever we pick, we'll pick book 1 for the giveaway. So like we're not going to send somebody a book 2.
That would be dumb.
So yeah,
I'd be sad.
Either Calor or Emmeline is probably what I'm debating on for my favorite.
I loved Emmeline so much.
It was very good. It was very good. So I'm going to write it down because when we send our follow-up email, I need to not forget that. The challenge we already talked about. The delight. Or surprise. I think I was surprised by Warrior's Maiden. Again, it wasn't like, so like yours not really necessarily delightful. Like I knew going into it, Warrior's Maiden was going to be candy. I specifically picked it up because I wanted something light and easy and quick. Like I wanted candy. I had just finished the book before it that was a little bit depressing, and I was like, I need something a little uplifting. And I think what surprised me was the book before it in the series is an Aladdin retelling, and I didn't love it. And I had also read another book in a new series that she's done that I didn't love. So some of her newer books I have not loved as much as I really enjoyed her earlier books when I was younger. And I don't know if that's because I'm older or if it's because her writing process has changed. She's putting out more books a year now than she used to. I don't know if the writing quality has just changed because she's pumped out like 10 books in this series. And sometimes you need to let a series end. I don't know. But I went into it wondering if it was going to be just mediocre like the one before it was. But I was pleasantly surprised that it was still candy, right? But it was it was fun and I enjoyed it and it was playful and it wasn't like, I wasn't rolling my eyes while I read it.
Yeah.
So it also had like a little thread of Prodigal Son in there, which was really cool to see kind of a Mulan Prodigal Son mashup a little bit. So I think that is the one that surprised me the most this month, other than the other one.
Makes sense.
Okay. Any other announcements besides we got to talk about our Zoom call real quick?
I don't think so.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, friends. It's been real fun.
Yes.
See you next month. We do have our Zoom call this month, so check your emails. Which I am hoping to send it out either sometime this weekend. Today would be ideal, but it may actually be tomorrow before I get to it. We'll see.
That's fair.
We'll see how it goes. There's like resources that I need to put into it and gather. And so it's not just writing the email. I need to find things to link to so that you guys have the resources that you need. So it'll have the May live date in it, and it will have the Zoom information and the Zoom, like I haven't made the Zoom link yet, but I'll do that. As far as the time for the Zoom, that's something we have to nail down, but we have it down to 2 different days, which I wrote down in all of my
11th and the 22nd.
So I can't find it in my sticky notes. Yeah, so it's either going to be the 11th or the 22nd, and then Cassie and I have to look at the times in the survey that you guys filled out and pick the one that works best for us. So either a week from today or the 22nd. So we'll let you know this weekend. Yeah. Keep an eye out for that. If you can't join, that's okay. We'll do another one in August, but this is our first Zoom of the year, so we would be really excited to have you join us for that. So.
Yes, please join. Excuse me.
I think the only other thing to briefly touch on is that some of you guys have asked about if we could do the prize form early rather than later in the year. And Cassie and I talked about it, decided that would be a good idea. We just haven't put it together yet. So that should be coming soon. But again, like, we love to hear your feedback. If there are things like that you would rather have earlier, or things that we are not providing that you're interested in, let us know so that we can talk through those. But yeah, we're excited to start working on the short story for this year soon. And yeah, we're excited about the prizes. And we know that a lot of you guys have already emailed us and said, I got a bingo. So you guys
y'all got a bingo before we got bingos.
We already had someone get a blackout. And I was like, girl, it's early in the year. She was like crushed it. Yeah. So, but every blackout that you guys do get is an extra entry into the giveaway. So keep reading, keep tracking your reading. Use the reading tracker or your own method, whichever you prefer. And then we'll get the prize form hopefully sometime in the next month ready to roll out to you guys. And we'll talk a little bit more about that whenever we figure out how we're doing that. So. We'll see you at the Zoom, hopefully. And if not, we'll see you next month for our reading recap. Happy April. Happy Easter.
Yes, have a great Easter.
We hope you enjoy that and enjoy the spring. Stay safe in all the crazy spring storms that are out there across the country. So,
yes.
All right. Love you guys.
Love y'all. Bye.